Hello and welcome to this viewer play of Sci-Fi's Monster Island, a new Facebook app featuring sci-fi's greatest B-movie characters such as Sharktopus, Megalodon, generic T-Rex, Mothman, and Mandrake, and many more are sure to be added as the world continues to expand. This is your typical Facebook app. You get a certain set amount of time to do things. If you would like to unlock more time, you need to buy money in the game. So you need to spend real world money on fake world money. It's an ingenious marketing plan. Basically, we're playing as a generic soldier put on the island to help maintain it and capture various monsters. In this, our first mission, we are trying to make our way to Megacroc in order to capture her and put him in our compound. So right here we can see the combat system. Basically we're working with a turn-based combat system, typical RPG kind of thing. Your attacks have cooldowns. For example, the gun I just used has a 1-turn cooldown, so it's a quick use weapon. But for other weapons there are going to be 4-turn cooldowns or so. So they give you an extra melee attack so that way you can attack the monster if you need to be. System also has leveling up, which is going to be necessary in order to unlock other items such as more attack options or the ability to use certain weapons or clothes. Your character is also customizable. You can create them in the startup screen, make them black, white, Asian, man, woman, whatever floats your boat. Right now we're making our way across the island. As you can see, there's a little trail we have to follow in order to get to the final boss. Basic simple stuff. It's repetitive to say the least, but at least it's kind of fun. I've played a few Facebook apps and they're pretty bland sometimes. Basically they're time sinks designed to get as much money as they possibly can out of you, but I think this one is probably the most fun I've had playing, and that could be because it's just B-movie monsters. Who doesn't have fun killing crappy B-movie monsters? That's kind of entertaining. There's some good value there. It's pretty basic. You get some customization options, like here you can add weaponry. Right now we're gonna see me add a grenade, which is fantastic that they give you explosive weaponry, because some of the monsters later on have insane amount of health. It just gets really crazy. So now we have 2 guns. We're moving up in the world. We also get to have different kind of bullets. Right now I just added armor piercing and poisonous or acid. So one does more damage, the other one does damage over time. So you get some pretty creative options, surprisingly. If you notice on the bottom there are purple options, so I can buy purple weapons or purple armor. That stuff has to be bought with real world money, but it's funny that they leave it there, tempting you. Oh, you're having trouble with this boss? Oh, look, we got some handy items available here for you to buy. So now we're going to get our first partner, basically. Thankfully we don't have to take on all these monsters by ourselves. We can actually have a little guy helping us along the way. This guy is your first generic dude, but you can get other squad mates later on, such as an Amazon warrior princess named Connie, or a giant robot named Project 18. So you get some kind of cool things going on there. Right now we're gonna get to see him in combat. He doesn't do much. He just adds some extra damage. Oh yeah, lab chicken. This is fucking hilarious. I'm not quite sure where the hell this comes from, but basically throughout the game you're running into these big monsters. Like whenever you see lab chicken or some other monster with a name prominently displayed like that, that's a monster you can probably capture. And right now we just captured lab chicken, and you can take him back to your base and use him to farm materials. Lab chicken once a day will give you extra XP, so but the benefit of lab chicken is that there are multiple lab chickens out there, so you can keep collecting them, so you'll have like a farm of XP growing for you, which is kind of cool. Yes, and we can customize accessories. So now I'm going to wear this douchey cowboy hat that has some defense. You know, whatever. Looks really stupid on me, but hey. Does what it does. Let's see. Basically, this game, I don't want to say I hated it, but you know, it's better than most Facebook app games. Like I said, it's a time sink still, despite, you know, it having some fun to it. You still definitely feel like you're, you know, wasting time. Right now, this first level, really easy, really fun to play. Kind of introduces a lot of the mechanics of the game, and it gets you hooked into it, you know. Right after this, though, you go after Megalodon, and that level is a bitch. Pretty much in the first fight, you nearly get killed. You have to just kind of grind your way through it, leveling up. Then you get to Megalodon, the giant freaking shark, and he's got like 36,000 HP or something like that, something ridiculous. And this is on normal mode. He's got an insane amount of HP. And this is where you realize that the game's trying to screw you, because what they do is they implement a system called well, it doesn't have a name, but it's basically you try to fight your monster and you do as best as you can, and then you ultimately get killed. So you can choose to go back to base or re-heal and try again. But if you go back to base, you'll notice that the monster has a timer on it. So like here you can see on Mega Croc, the blue bar is it's called an escape timer. You have that many days to come back and try to capture that monster again, or the monster escapes and the health resets. So it's kind of cool because, you know, if you keep dying and dying and dying, you can keep coming back and the monster will save its health status. So if you got him like halfway down and you died, and then you come back a day later, he'll still be halfway down. However, when the timer expires, you know, his health resets and you have to fight your way back through all his monsters, minions again, to get to him. Where they kind of screw you at, though, is in order to get back to him, or to continually get back to him, or to be strong enough to defeat him, you're gonna have to spend some money. If not, then it's just a grind fest where you'll have to spend days and days grinding and building up your status to finally beat him. Or you can harass your friends and get them to play with you, which is, you know, Facebook apps, no one fucking pays attention to those anymore. You know, you get like 100 friend requests to play Farmville or whatever fucking game is popular at the time. And yeah, so you're gonna be up shit creek if you try to rely on your friends to help you out through this. But as you can see, like this monster right here, this boss, really easy, really simple. I'm almost done with him already, and it took like very little effort to actually beat him. Megalodon, forget it, insane. Still, for the life of me, I cannot remember Mega Croc. I feel like I should, but I just cannot freaking remember him. He looks like a giant T-Rex, so maybe that's why I'm not recalling him. As you can see, the benefit to your partner, at least, is he does have a lot of life, so he can take quite a few hits. You, on the other hand, really do not. So you're kind of really just flying by the seat of your pants, hoping you don't get taken out. Almost done. You're going to see a ton of loot fall out of Mega Croc once I kill him. And some of it's actually pretty good stuff. Most of it's money and XP. They give you a couple of items. Each monster has a set of loot that they can drop that ranges from like common to ultra rare kind of stuff. Of course, you know, that kind of stuff is extremely rare, and most likely you're gonna have to pay to get it. There you go, captured. So now what we're gonna see is why we need to capture those monsters. Basically, what we need to capture them for is for farming purposes. We're gonna put them out here anyway. This is basically our home base. We're gonna go to the warehouse, open up Megalodon or Mega Croc, and we're gonna find a nice little home for him. And you know, I course, could not figure out where the hell to put them because I kept thinking like, oh, if I put them here, maybe I'll screw myself over and not have space, or they don't really give you much instructions on where to put them, so I just dropped them. Hopefully that doesn't fuck me up later. Now we can farm some teeth off of him, which sounds really, really brutal. Like, I know he's a monster, but now we're gonna go to his pen and rip out his teeth every now and then. That's just that sounds terrible. You'll also be able to farm the surrounding trees and rocks and bushes for materials. As you'll see here, I'm going to attempt to try to hack down this tree, and for whatever reason it's very finicky. Like, you just keep poking and poking and poking that tree and it would not give you its wood. So we're gonna move on from there because I give up. I can't handle that. And we'll go over here to the crafting area where we use all the materials we'll find, such as rocks, branches, trees, that kind of stuff. Different crafting materials to make new items. Like here I'm making a grenade. Overall though, this is a pretty decent game. It's a good time waster. You can easily kill a whole afternoon playing something like this. If you're a fan of B-movie monsters, I say give this one a shot for a little while. You might get some mileage out of it. That's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.